Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Please come in, take a seat. I hope you had an informative and interesting day at the World Passenger Festival. Now we will start with a few concluding sessions of our first day. And our first topic is the public transportation in the most livable city in the world. And for this topic, I have the honor to welcome here on stage Alexandra Reinagl, CEO of the Wiener Linien. Please, Alexandra. So, Alexandra, great to have you here. This video gave us a short teaser to our topic, public transportation in the most livable city. So, Vienna, I think Vienna is the most livable city for about 10 years, 5 years?
More than 10 years.
More than 10 years. Very exciting. So, can you tell us a bit, what role does public transportation have in the most livable city in the world, or what is the key role maybe of public transport?
Well, I would say it's crucial. Thank you for having me here and for the invitation. And I hope the festival is so far as it was at all expectations. I had very many interesting impacts and influences here. Well, a city's livability improves with more green spaces, I would say, and fewer cars. So if you can transport more people with public transportation, you will need less cars. And what we are doing is combining the public transport services now also with shared mobility, and we have to cover the last and first mile as well. So you must get people and passengers from their homes into the public transport system so that they avoid using their own cars. And we promise our clients or people who want to get moved in Vienna that they can have the freedom of mobility without owning a car. Yeah? So that's one point. The other point is that you have a chance when you start building new tram lines, for example, and we are doing this. At the moment we are planning and building 4 new tram lines, and we are extending one existing metro line, and we build one completely new, the U5, fully automated metro line. And the chance you have while building this is that you can plan also a better surface. Yeah? A surface which provides space for walking and cycling, for more trees, and just for relaxing there, being there. And this is, I think, one good result and a big chance and a window of opportunity, if you want to say, for becoming a more livable city.
Very interesting. Let's go in detail, step by step. What would you define as, you talked a little bit about it, but what in general, what do you define as success factors for public transportation in a city?
Well, a lot of say it's the tariff. I don't say this. I mean, it's also the tariff, but I think the real success factor is having a good network, having an offer from one hand, so that there are really good running interfaces between all the different transport modes. So as we have in Vienna, the backbone is the metro, the tram and the buses. They are connected with the shared services and with on-demand shuttles, for example. Then you need a very good app where you have the information and a very easy access to the ticketing, yeah? And on-trip information. And all this together, I think, is one of the success factors. Another one is the tariff. As I said, the prices must be fair, but there must be a price. Yeah? And never stop investing in the infrastructure. This is what we learn now in Vienna, what we see, for example, in Germany, don't do that too late, yeah? Otherwise it can be too late, yeah? So we have the 6th largest tram network, for example, in Vienna, and this is a big challenge in the next years, in the next upcoming years, to maintain this network and expand it. And then you need reliability, cleanliness, and I would say a very, very good intervals, a very dense interval. Yeah.
Would you say competition is also a success factor for public transportation?
Well, it could be, but not in general. I mean, I think it's good to offer, as I said, everything from one hand. So we are responsible for the schedules, we are responsible for the personnel, we are responsible for the vehicles and for the infrastructure, and I think that's good, like it is. We know other examples. But there are some businesses we are not good in, and there we combine with the private market so far as we do with the sharing services or the on-demand shuttles. I mean, there are other companies who do very well in this business, and there we have a tendering or contracts with them, and we are only responsible for the coordination. And I think this is a good mix.
So you mentioned the concept of everything under one roof from one hand. So in Vienna we have the Wienmobil brand, the Wienmobil app, which combines taxi with, of course, public transportation, shared mobility, bike sharing, car sharing, and so on. So what are your experiences with Wienmobil, and do you know some customer feedback to this offer?
Yes, I mean, today we have 100 Wienmobil stations throughout Vienna, where you can find shared e-cars and bikes. It's nearby the taxis, and it's always nearby a public transport stop, either a metro line or a tram line or a bus line. We have more stations only with bikes, because we have 3,000 bikes throughout the city, also in the suburbs, and this is quite a success factor, because earlier there was only bike sharing in the inner city, so we expanded that, and this is really very well used. We have increasing requests. So I think this is an evidence that we are going in the right direction, and the Wienmobil app is the digital gateway to all these services. So yes, it's growing, and also the request, and I think the confidence which users have in a trust brand as a public brand or the trust brand of Wienmobil is core.
Now, let's take a look in the future. What do you think are or will be the priorities and challenges in the next maybe 5 to 10 years, especially also in Vienna? But maybe your opinion on general challenges for public transportation in cities would be also very interesting, I think. I knew that you will ask me something like this, so I was thinking about it, and I had to write it down because there are so many things, but I just want to highlight some. I think very important is priority and acceleration of public transport modes. Yeah? For example, special lanes for buses and trams only. I think this is really crucial to succeed in shifting people out of the cars into the public transportation sector. Providing sufficient funding for infrastructure and vehicles required for new environmental friendly driving technologies, so for example hydrogen or electric buses. And provide inclusive public transport. I think this is also very, very important. We are a mass transport system which has to be open for everyone in the society. One question I'm interested in, the Wiener Linien have the slogan Greener Linien, of course. Yeah. We all know that public transportation is important, fighting the climate crisis, but can you explain us a little bit how can public transportation be more ecological or more sustainable?
Well, actually, it is very ecological, and it's very fair because it's quite inclusive, so everybody can use public transportation. Even in Vienna, it's an open system, so you need an easy access anyway. We are expanding the network, so we can even offer more rides and can cover more regions and regions in Vienna, but also to address commuters. We try to build tramways out of Vienna into the near neighborhood. So this is a bit slow at the moment, but yeah, we try hardly. To green also the buses. I mean, 80% is electric in our network. We just bought 60 electric buses. We are tendering for hydrogen buses. We are using the power, of the braking energy for lightning, for example. So I think there is no greener way to get transported than public transport, walking and cycling.
Thank you. So now we've discussed about success factors, also priorities for the next few years. Vienna is also called the Öffi-Hauptstadt in German, so the public transport capital, let's say it in my Austrian English. But where can we still gain more passengers? What do you think?
As we have, I mean, we are the Öffi-Hauptstadt, and I think this is such a nice word in German. We shall leave it there. And I'm sure everybody is understanding what we mean with this. At the moment, we have really more annual pass holders in Vienna than registered cars, and 70% of the registered cars are company cars. So it's obvious where we have to target, and these are companies. How can we do this? We offer consulting services now for the companies for corporate mobility, and attracting multimodal offers for the employees to get them out of the cars. We need answers for the first and last mile, as I said. For example, easy-to-use bike storage boxes is a huge issue for us. We need mobility subscriptions maybe, which gently nudge toward other forms of mobility. Yeah? This is what we actually at the moment working at.
Alexandra, thank you very much for the insights in the public transport in most livable city. Thank you very much.
Do you allow me only one sentence, because it's really a heartfelt concern of me.
Of course, of course.
Talking about an issue everybody at the moment hits around the world, and that's the workforce shortage. And as this is a passenger festival, I want to address to the passengers. And that is when our staff is treated with respect, the jobs would be more attractive. So please take this in your minds. Thank you.
Thank you.